Eva, wapi Karo?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Excellencies, our guest of honor, Right Honorable His Excellency Raila Odinga, special guest, His Excellency, former President of Nigeria, Dr. Obasanjo, our host, Governor of Kisumu County, together with Her Excellency, First Lady of Kisumu County, Excellencies, Governors present, distinguished guests from across the continent of Africa and beyond, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. First, I wish to express my grateful thanks and appreciation to His Excellency, the Governor of Kisumu, Dr. Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, for hosting this wonderful festival that will showcase the talents during the entire part of this week, the talents and the skills across the African continent. Thank you, the organizers of Festac, because for the first time, the disability fraternity has been invited to take part in this festival. Thank you. You have seen the skills and the talents that our children and adults have across board. The children that you saw here dancing and singing from Kibo's School for the Blind, the Kenya Society for the Blind, are just a small example of the talents which are there within the disability family. So therefore, thank you once again, Festac coordinators, for including us in this festival. It is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you today at this remarkable festival in celebration of our continent's unity in diversity, which is rich in culture and arts. I stand here an advocate of disability inclusion as a special needs professional and my role as the chairperson of the National Fund for the Disabled of Kenya. We are gathered here today as a global community where we have more than 1.3 billion persons with disability worldwide, according to World Health Organization. This is approximately 15% of the world population. With that in mind, allow me to address this matter of profound importance, one that aligns with the spirit of this festival. The inclusion of persons with disability in our culture, technological, agricultural, gender, and artistic spheres. Let us acknowledge this significant segment of our population whose voices and contributions have too often been sidelined, and how we can collectively challenge perceptions and stereotypes that have perpetuated discrimination and exclusion of persons with disabilities. I take this opportunity on behalf of the Disability Fraternity to thank FESTAC for including those abled differently to showcase to the world their skills and talents. Ladies and gentlemen, the inclusion agenda is not just a call for acknowledgement, it is a call for collective commitment to ensure that individuals, regardless of their abilities, are given an equal chance not to be observers, but equal participants in everyday life. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development makes a clarion call to leave no one behind. The Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, which Kenya ratified on the 19th of May 2008, created an obligation upon our country to respect, protect, and fulfill the provisions in the Convention. Pursuant to Article 2 of the Constitution of Kenya, the Convention forms part of the Kenyan law. The Convention and our Constitution reaffirms that all persons with disabilities must enjoy all human rights and fundamental freedoms, and covers rights related to all areas of life, such as equality, accessibility, education, independent living, health, employment, and freedom from violence. Regionally, for the first time, we have an Africa-wide disability-specific instrument that seeks to ensure the rights of those with disabilities are addressed. The protocol complements the UN Convention on the Rights of persons with disabilities, while addressing the rights of persons with disabilities from an African perspective, considering the lived realities such as harmful practices, beliefs, and superstitions. While we ensure we have legislation and policies in place, let us not forget that the environment remains the greatest barrier to inclusion of persons with disabilities. We must therefore address physical barriers by ensuring accessibility of our built environments where everyone can participate and make information accessible through various formats such as sign language, interpretation, braille materials, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Fund for the Disabled of Kenya plays a critical role in the realization of aspirations of the development goals of other legislations put in for the welfare of PWDs. Established 44 years ago as a trusteeship under the Perpetual Succession Act, CAP 164, the National Fund for the Disabled of Kenya has a mandate of enhancing social and economic empowerment of persons with disabilities. This is achieved by supporting individual persons with disabilities with assistive technology as enablers to inclusion of economic empowerment through provision of tool sets that enhance their social and economic independence. Additionally, the fund continues to improve the infrastructure and facilitate institutions that caters for learners with disability in order to build capacity and better achieve this population. For the last 15 years, the fund has implemented a flagship project program in all our 47 counties. Anchored on the right to education, the program is aimed at developing infrastructure in institutions of learning to enhance learning experiences, increase enrollment and retention of learners, as well as help them acquire relevant skills. Over 200 schools for learners with disabilities across Kenya have benefited with essential and fully equipped facilities that include dormitories, vocational training, workshops, classrooms, dining facilities, computer labs, among others. In addition, the fund supports over 200 institutions across the country with annual grants towards improving their facilities, renovations, purchase of learning equipment and materials, water sanitation and hygiene programs, therapy equipment, and other assistance that facilitates learning. Cognizant that persons with disabilities are more likely to experience adverse social economic outcomes, including low levels of employment and higher poverty rates. The National Fund for the Disabled of Kenya also targets individual persons with disabilities and equips them with relevant tools of trade geared towards their economic empowerment through business startups. These tools of trade are provided at no cost to the beneficiaries. Where possible, and through advocacy, the fund is able to link them with markets to showcase and sell their products. Ladies and gentlemen, as a fund, we have purpose to inspire change through strategic partnerships and essential collaborations. We are ready to work with policymakers, corporates, and communities to build inclusive platforms where every individual with a disability can contribute their voice and vision. We invite you all to interact with us and other sector stakeholders during the events taking place this week, especially the luncheon hosted by the National Fund for the Disabled of Kenya today, and the dinner in the dark hosted tomorrow by the Kenya Society for the Blind, a dinner experience aimed at supporting education for learners with disabilities. Kindly purpose to visit our exhibition booths where we will learn about inclusion in the arts, culture, and education and technology. Let us pledge to listen, learn, and act in ways that ensure persons with disabilities are not just included, but embraced as an integral part in our society. Together, let us also challenge stereotypes, break down barriers, and foster a culture of understanding, respect, and dignity to persons with disabilities. Let us ensure that no one is left behind. Once again, I thank you for this opportunity to talk about the disability fraternity and showcase their talents and their wares across the country of Kenya. Thank you once again for this opportunity.
My home, my sweet, sweet home, so my pride, that's where my heart belongs. Mokolonge Euro, Mokolonge Winner, Mokolonge Kisumu.
Very well. Thank you, Daktari, as well. The Bible is very clear that your talent will make you sit before kings. If I was not an MC, how would I have walked down the stairs with Dr. Christina? Let's appreciate her once more. Without much ado, allow me, Your Excellency, to welcome the Deputy Governor, Kisumu County, Dr. Matthew Owili, to guide us in the next bit of the program.
My home, my sweet, sweet home, some of my pride, that's where my heart belongs. Mukolonge yuro, mukolonge wina, mukolonge Kisumu, antelunge dala, orgamolo.
Thank you, Your Excellencies, Baba and Baba. Allow me to ride on the protocol already set, but to recognize in a special way our host governor, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, who in his own wisdom has brought all this together. Allow me to welcome all of you to Kisumu City and to Kisumu County. Warwako udala, karibuni nyumbani, welcome home. Dala simply means home in our local dialect. I would like at this point to introduce the members of the County Assembly. I recognize the presence of the Speaker, the Honorable Elisha Jakoraro, together with all members of the County Assembly present. Allow me also to introduce members of the County Cabinet. If you are there, kindly be upstanding. Asanteni sana, thank you very much, and especially Beatrice Odongo Wadiaga, the Minister for Culture. Allow me also now to recognize the presence of the area member of parliament, the Honorable Shakil Shabir. Tumpige makofi.